amazing. Oh, wait. You'll need to hear it through my speaker. Oh.
All right, welcome. I love seeing these faces. So we settle in, some new faces, as a new to Speaker Venture live event. I see Daniel and Michael, Alex, and Mike Bagala is with us as well. We have some Journey members, some Speaker Venture veterans like Rosemary and Sunny and Rosie. Cool. And so it's a great mix. And my lovely wife, Ronnie, is joining us. Hello, Ronnie. So this is a short call. We'll be just in the next 30 minutes. What I want to do is energetically connect us, get on the same page of what's to come this weekend. There will be 28 of you at Speaker Venture, which is about average size for us. One reason we love this kind of size room is that there's lots of individual attention that you're going to receive at the weekend, and there's lots of powerful relationship building that you're going to get. I personally am not the biggest fan of events with 300 people at them because I kind of feel like some of the unique essence and light and leadership that I have to bring doesn't really get expressed in a room of that size. So what I found with these kinds of sizes that it is ideal where you can really come together as a group and everyone's unique light can truly be expressed and transformed. So we're going to go over some of the details from the weekend. And Ronnie is here as our production manager. So if you have any questions regarding hotel logistics or anything pertaining to your experience with getting to Speaker Venture, any questions about accommodations, food considerations, Ronnie is the boss of that area. Before I dive into that, let me just take a few quick laser shares. I want to hear from 3 people. I'll go ahead and unmute you all in a moment. But just because you are speakers and you are about expressing your truth and inspiring others and making contributions through the power of your voice, I'm going to invite you to share your name, a little bit about your business, and what are you excited about from Speaker Venture this weekend. So your name, a little bit about your business, and what are you most excited about with Speaker Venture this weekend. So you are unmuted. Who would like to share?
Hello.
Sounds like we're being joined by aliens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, who was that who just said about aliens?
Hi, I'm Darby.
Oh,
Can
Darby,
you hear me okay?
Yes, we can, Darby.
Hi. Great. I'm Darby. My business is transformational bodywork, and I'm excited to bring to the table a transformational experience on the level of physical, spiritual, and emotional to transform personal and professional life. And I can't wait to meet everybody, get a chance at networking with some like-minded people, and get up on stage and be coached on how to bring through my most authentic self and to touch as many people in the room as possible and connect with my true clients who are as passionate about body work and transformation as I am.
All right, let's give Darby some love, huh? Well, I felt the passion of that, and it's very on point. I feel you very consciously using your words. One of our distinctions is treat every word like it's $5,000, and I think you embody that naturally, Darby. So thanks for going first, too. Let's hear from two more. Let's hear from 2 more. Your name, a little bit about your business, and what are you most excited about from Speaker Venture this weekend?
This is Mike Bagala, and I train NLP, and I have a course that I developed called Life Purpose Mastery, which I love. It's all about creating your ultimate life and your ultimate self. And I'm really looking forward to Speaker Venture to get more people enrolled in my events.
All right, so how to fill your rooms and get more people experiencing this life purpose mastery transformation you deliver. All right, let's give Mike a round of applause.
Hey, Mike.
And let's hear from one more person.
Hi, I'm Michael LaRocco.
Hey, Michael.
Michael.
I'm just excited.
We're excited to have you as well.
We do financial and health coaching. Daniel and I.
Yes, you and your partner, Daniel, you do financial services. Is that correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Uh-huh. And if you had to pick one thing, perhaps that hasn't been said yet, that you're most excited about, what would it be?
The drive.
You're excited about the drive there and back. All right. How about something at Speaker Venture itself?
Oh. Actually, getting a chance to get on stage and talking to everybody.
Yes. It's definitely one of the major highlights. Certainly our Journey members who've been with us for a while can probably agree with me that that's the strongest, most exciting transformational part of the weekend is bringing people up on stage. Would you guys agree, Journey members who've been a Speaker Venture before?
Yes, it's fabulous.
Yes.
People get changed instantly, improve their presentations instantly.
Yeah, in a real inside-out transformational way. This ain't Toastmasters, guys. This isn't
Right.
ringing the bell when you say That's not what we're about at Speaker Venture. This is powerful inside-out transformation, and you're going to get it while you're there. All right, so I'm going to put you back on mute and go through some details to make sure we're absolutely on the same page. You may or may not be surprised by some of the mistakes people will make, i.e., I thought it was next weekend, or I went to the wrong DoubleTree, right? It happens. So that's some of the things that we want to go over right now with you. Speaker Venture is happening January 27th to 29th, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 27th through 29th. We start on Friday at 9 a.m. and go to 6:30 p.m. Registration will begin at 8:30 a.m. on Friday. So anytime between 8:30 and 9, you'll want to show up so that we can start as promptly as possible. So you want to arrive between 8:30 and 9 a.m. So the hours that we're in session is from 9 a.m. to 6:30. Then that night with our Journey members, we have a Friday night dinner. So if you're on the journey with us, then you'll be having dinner with us as a community. This is not a hosted dinner, but it is a time for all of us who are in the Speaker Venture community to get together and just hang out and mastermind on that level. Then we're back at it Saturday, January 28th. We begin once again, 9 a.m., and we go to 6:30 p.m. And then following that last session, there is a bonus gathering, hosted gathering. This one is hosted for the first timers. So if it's your first time attending Speaker Venture, then you'll plan to join us on Saturday night, and it'll give us a time to unwind a bit and get to know each other a bit further. It's really, really fun. There will be alcoholic beverages, but not enough to get you completely wasted, just enough to get you smiling even more. So that's happening on Saturday night. So I bring this up now because you might be thinking, oh, I'll be in San Diego. Maybe I'll look up my old high school buddies or whatever. I'm encouraging you to wait till Sunday if you want to do that, but really use Saturday night to keep the container of Speaker Venture and plan to join us on Saturday evening. That will be going until pretty much, we find that people want to stay as long as possible. So it's hard to say what the end point is. I would say that 9:30 or 10 is a suitable time to say, all right, I plan to be there at least until that long. But I would just say reserve your whole Saturday evening to be with us. Then we're back in it Sunday, January 29th at 9 a.m. and we'll go to 5:30 p.m. Sometimes it's even shorter. It kind of depends on you guys, really. And as we get into it and things that come up, but the intention is to be done by 5:30 p.m. We'll be done by 5:30 p.m. and then we'll see how much sooner than that. It's really important that you attend all the sessions. They do build upon one another. So if you have client calls or any other appointments that are happening within these hours, do your best to reschedule them if you have not yet, so that you're not ripped out of the container of Speaker Venture and then forced to re-engage later on. It's just much, much better for you if you can be fully present for the entire 3 days for all sessions. And you do want to be on time for all these sessions as well. It says 9 a.m. for a reason, because we have lots to cover, and it really goes, we're packed up until the end. Location. We're at the DoubleTree by Hilton San Diego Hotel Circle. So this is really important because a lot of people will go to the wrong DoubleTree. It happens a lot. There's another DoubleTree in Mission Valley and Hazard Center. That's not it. The most assured way to make sure you go to the right DoubleTree is to follow the address. Just GPS the address that you've been given, 1515 Hotel Circle South, San Diego. Everything that I'm reading to you guys is on the email you've received. So this is not new news to anyone. And I will take some questions at the end about this, but you've already received this information. Then a few points to highlight. You will receive a big buffet lunch. Ronnie does an exceptional job. Let's go to her real quick about that, because I love our lunches so much. Honey, do you want to say a little bit about what people can expect at the buffet lunches?
Well, the best, most attention we put in this buffet is that a lot of us were kind of like allergic to gluten. So we try to put, if you have that condition, allergies, we try to put things in separate, so you don't have to mix like dairies and things that could compromise your well-being. So this is I went through the whole thing with the hotel, so we'll been good take care of. Yes.
Yeah.
So
typically the cheapest food by far is the most gluten heavy. So lots of pastas and bread tends to be the cheapest, and we decided not to go that route. If nothing else, for our own energy levels, personally, it just doesn't work well. And the last thing we want is you guys to crash out for lunch and say you got to take long naps. It just doesn't work at all. So this has been chosen to raise your energy as much as possible. It's delicious and healthy. And Ronnie also brings 10 years of wedding planning experience to Speaker Venture. So we're very, very fortunate to have her. Thank you, honey. All right, so next is parking is complimentary during the day. There is an overnight rate that's $22 that it says if you're staying overnight at the hotel, you're flying to get there, and you're driving to get there and you're staying overnight. Then booking rooms, if you have not done that yet, the situation on this is that there was an expiration date on the discount room block that we got, and whether or not they choose to honor a passive discount is really up to them at this point. So hopefully you've booked your room and took advantage of the discounted rate. If you haven't yet, then you want to call them as soon as possible. And if you're looking for a roommate to share, the best thing is to email Ronnie. Call, text, or email Ronnie. Her number is provided in the same email, and let her know that you're looking for a roommate, and she can see if she can pair you with anyone. But you really want to get on this, guys, as soon as possible, like now, if you haven't taken care of this yet. Good. Note about how to dress. Because Speaker Venture really serves you as the speaker, meaning that this is not like a sit back and do me kind of weekend where you're going to be passively taking notes and I'm the leader on stage and I know everything, you guys know nothing, that's why you're learning from me. That's not really the kind of event this is. You're all leaders. You're all powerful, beaming lights of transformation on the planet, and so represent yourselves accordingly. Dress at Speaker Venture how you would if you were on stage at one of your own speaking gigs. Okay. Now, within reason, if you're going to be uncomfortable, because I know at a speaking gig, it might be only an hour long, so you might be doing the high heels and the whatever else, then be mindful of that. If you feel that you would be uncomfortable doing that speaker venture, then don't do that, right? But just know that you're there to really represent your highest self as the speaker on stage. So dress the part, put yourself in that energy, do that for yourself this weekend. Also know that you're going to be joint venturing with a lot of people in the room. And why not represent your highest self? Just why not, right? This goes beyond like image and how to dress, right? But we're talking about really the best parts of yourself. Put those on proud display. The human mind is making snap judgments all the time about people, situations around us. It's just what it does. So why not make others' judgments of you a positive one? You have, to whatever ability you can. Certainly how you dress and how you show up physically in a room, it's one of the ways you do have quite a bit of control over. So I encourage you to do that, guys, whatever that means to you. I'm not going to say anything more about this. I'm not an image consultant. But just, you all have been at this long enough to know, have some sense of what is your highest self in this way. Next, hygiene and fragrances. We had an issue once before where someone didn't believe in deodorant. And so we've had to put this clause in. We're doing a lot of exercise, guys. We're doing a lot of paired share, a lot of speaking in mini groups. And this person smelled really, really bad. And I noticed it. Several other people noticed it. Shockingly, this person did not notice how bad she smelled, it would seem. So we've made a point of this. Honor hygiene and your fragrances. Don't be too strong with it either, right? So just enough where your body odor is taken care of. And at the same time, we don't want to overcompensate with the French shower thing where you're drying yourself in cologne or perfume, because some people have allergies to that as well. Okay? Again, that's only been an issue really one time, but that one time was big enough of an issue where we have to bring it up. Rosemary knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so what to bring? Bring a notebook or laptop. Laptop is generally better because you guys are going to be writing out like your personal stories, your content, your offer. So it's much easier to have all that in one document, in one place. And as you're going through your signature talks, to have it all in one document. What we don't want is a scenario where you have your notes on different sheets of paper and you're like fragmented and looking for it afterwards. Just do yourself a favor and bring your laptop in so that it can be all one page. We don't know the charging station issue, so you want to have your laptops as charged as possible coming into the room. We should be all right, but just make the point to charge your laptops fully before entering the room. Business cards are great to bring, and of course, an open mind, your huge heart, and a positive attitude. Now I'm going to comment a bit about the prep work that needs to be done. There's a few key sheets that we need to take care of. Let's see.
Also bring a sweater.
Yes, good point, honey. Sometimes these rooms can be really chilly. So this is a unique venue too. We thought it'd be fun to do something different. So we're gonna be outdoors. So not outdoors, in that we're outdoors inside a tent. And that's the setup for this one. And there will be heat lamps. San Diego's been very chilly lately. Weather is predicted to be sunny and warm for this particular weekend. And we will have heat lamps. We've discussed this. So that it should be completely comfortable for you guys. And it can be chilly at times. So be sure to bring something warm as a just in case. Now, what the assignments to do beforehand, the reason that you're doing assignments beforehand is so that I can really minimize the amount of teaching that I do at Speaker Venture and really maximize the amount of workshopping and masterminding and developing existing material which ultimately will get you to where you want to be much faster. And this has just been trial and error, guys. I've done it where there's been no prep work involved, and then some people can get left behind because we got lots to cover. And it's just unfortunate because I feel their speaker venture experience is not the best. So that's why we highly encourage you to do this prep work. It's mandatory. Like, you must do this, consider this your ticket in order to be admitted into the event. So it's the 5 handouts that you've all received. The Niche is Rich form, packages and prices. So I'm going to do a quick share screen so there's no ambiguity on this at all. So this is what the first one looks like. Niche is Rich. You'll fill out this one to the best of your ability. I get that it's not going to be perfect. If you don't have clarity, well, guess what? This is how you gain clarity. It's not through banging your head against the wall. It's by sitting down and putting pen to paper. If you don't like what you write or type, then you can retype it. And then you'll come in with something into Speaker Venture. And then that's where the greatest clarity you're going to experience will be at the event with us. But only by coming in with something can you really get the maximum value. So that's the first sheet, guys, is the Niche is Rich form. The next is packages and prices. So we're not going to do any coaching on this on tonight's short call, but I just want to make it known that you must show up with these completed. Okay, after packages and prices is my business model. I want to have this filled out. Next is the signature talk. And this is a big one in that we will be spending a good part of the weekend, obviously, going over this with you. And we don't want you to be feeling lost with this. So just go through this, fill it in, do the best that you can with this. It's up to you if you haven't even started yet, which in all probability, there's 1 or 2 of you that haven't yet. Then just do the best you can with the allotted time remaining. It's not worth killing yourself over, but do the best you can with this. And then the same thing with the magic session template. Go ahead and fill that out as well and customize to your business. So an example of customizing, guys, is when we say, first intention is to provide incredible value to you in this area of your life. You're probably not going to say to a client, my first intention is to provide incredible value to you in this area of your life. You can hear how broad that is. That's why it's a template versus your sales script or magic session script, right? There's a gap between a template and the actual magic session outline that you would be using in an actual magic session. So this line's a good example of how you might replace it with, I'm here to provide financial guidance to you across this next hour so that you are able to begin planning for your financial future and your retirement and your grandchildren's future by the end of our time today. Okay? That'd be an example of how you might plug that in. Or I'm looking at Lori, like Lori might be, I'm here to empower you to discover what this next phase of your life is going to be like once you've sold your company and you're creating your legacy, and ultimately what lights you up, provides greatest happiness to you. You're going to get the clarity around that by the end of our time today, right? So something like that would be providing incredible value to you in this area of your life, okay? So again, do the best you can. The expectation is that you don't have this fully down yet. That's why one reason you're coming to Speaker Venture. But those are the handouts, guys, that you want to have complete. All right, so we're coming up with just a few minutes left. I want to open it up to see if there's any questions about what's expected of you or any questions of Ronnie regarding the event itself, any logistics around that. So I'll just unmute you all. Does anyone have a question?
Hi, Darby here. I have a question.
Go ahead, Darby.
Hi, I just wanted to see Friday night. should we expect to be leaving promptly at 6:30? Or does it is there going to be rollover time, or is that a good time to be planning on really leaving? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, it is. So my only slight hesitation is that in the past, what's happened is that I might be coaching someone on stage and it takes longer than anticipated. So I might bring someone on at say 6:15 or 6:10 and then anticipating to be done in 15 minutes, but then it might run say 20 to 25 minutes instead. In rare cases, like a half hour if we really get into it, in which case we might complete at 6:45, right? That's just what's happened sometimes. That's a minority percentage of the time. Usually we are done by 6:30, a little bit sooner. That said, if you need to take off at 6:30, and hopefully you're not the person on stage if this is happening. However, if you need to leave by 6:30, then of course, we'll honor that and do what you gotta do.
Okay, and then one more question. I'll be bringing what I have on my laptop, but should I also try and have a printed version of all of those sheets for on hand that way, or is it okay to just leave it all on the computer?
Here's what we've found. That's a good question. Here's what we've found, that when it comes to making notes, having a printed version that you can look at, hold in your hands, and make notes on as we're going through it together tends to work a bit better for people. So if you're one of those people, because I like to have a printed version that I can look at and write on. There's something about using longhand at times. It kind of taps into a creativity. It's one reason that letter writing is a lost art, because you do lose something in not writing longhand. So typically studies show that if you write in longhand, you access a creative part of the brain that you would not on the computer. So for that reason, certainly given how I'm wired, I would recommend having a printed version. And if you feel it doesn't make any difference to you and you would even prefer to have it on your computer, that's totally fine.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's all I got.
Okay, you're welcome. That's a question from Alan. Did you say the group would have dinner on Saturday night, Alan? We'll be doing that together. So Alan's first time to Speaker Venture, that means on Saturday night we'll be doing that. Okay, good. Any other questions?
I'm just curious, is it downtown San Diego, or is it further north from the airport? I haven't really looked at just trying to get a sense of the commute.
Yeah, so one reason we chose the location is that it's really accessible to everything. So San Diegans, you know where Mission Valley is. Mission Valley is a major hub for a lot of malls and hotels because the location is so favorable. It's 10 minutes away from the airport, and the airport's in downtown. Right? So you're just 10 minutes away from Gaslamp and the airport. So Uber would be, I don't know, $10 to $15, probably 15 at most, to take from the airport.
Yeah, that's about what it is.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Any other questions, guys?
John, Alan Bloom.
Go ahead, Alan.
I was working on my packages. Up until this point in time, I only had one thing, which was like an all-day workshop with weekly teleconferences going over the materials. I tried to break that down into 3 or 4, maybe even 5. They're kind of rough, but I'm going to bring that, but I don't think I'm going to have it really polished. And I was hoping to actually get some coaching on it, if not individually, just looking at what you say to other people and seeing what I could put together for myself. But I didn't see like I would get it really well now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's completely fine. Like I've said, do the best you can, guys, going into it. And if this is the best that you got, and I think this is good training in life in general, that we do the best we can, and we got to move forward, right? And then there's a next level that's going to be revealed to us. One major benefit of being a Speaker Venture is that we have a coach who's dedicated to you guys the entire weekend. So that is Ms. Rosie Aiello. She is our speaker venture coach. And so she'll be on hand the entire weekend to be doing the customized coaching, because as much as I would love to do it all for you guys, there's only so much I can do. So while I'll be leading the sessions, Rosie will be available throughout the weekend, and she'll have a dedicated coach's corner that's for you guys to meet with her, and she'll support you with whatever you need. So this is a great issue to cover.
Right.
Okay. Awesome. Any other questions?
If I use that for the first time.
Okay, so we are at top of the hour. I am so excited. I can feel the energy, guys. I can also feel Sunny and Rosie's giggles right now.
I snort when I laugh, okay? So
You're a snorter.
I'm that person in the room.
Very endearing to be a snorter. Ronnie's an occasional snorter myself. I hope you don't mind me telling them, honey.
It is what it is.
We're going to have fun.
John Allen Bloom here again.
Yeah, Alan.
I missed the first 15 minutes. I had an emergency patient who was in a car accident. But anyway, I heard dress nice, smell nice. Anything that stands out that I need to be aware of on arriving?
I would say be nice is important as well. All right, I'm not going to regurgitate the first 15 minutes of the call.
No, I'm just saying if there's something major,
I would say it has been recorded. You will receive the recording shortly, and sometime before Friday, just give it a listen, Alan.
Great, thank you.
All right, we are so excited to have you. Hopefully this has been fun. I've had a blast with you, and we're going to be doing 3 days of this. And just know, guys, let's play loose and really have open hearts and open minds, and you're going to have a really magical weekend. I know it. I've been doing this long enough to know this stage has been set for a really magical weekend. That's exactly what we have in store for you guys. All right, you're all unmuted. Go ahead and sign off with one another. Say
Bye.
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 See you in 2 days.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.